Hello, Ian, Somerset News Network. Been listening to the radio, and I am not happy, Bunny. This country's in real trouble. We've got Starmer got to deal with the EU that we haven't voted for, and he makes a statement in Parliament knowing that his MPs are going to back him. That's tyranny. That's not democracy. Tommy has been set free. That's the good news. The bad news, on the other hand, is that Lucy remains behind bars because she lost her appeal. Well, she didn't lose it. She just hadn't been allowed an appeal. Tommy has tried to highlight the paedophile gangs that are in our major cities. He's done it to try and save the girls. And they put him in jail for it. He is a political prisoner. Lucy tweeted when we had the news blackout of what happened at Southport. She said there ought to be mass deportation. That's her view. She's got the right to have a view. That was said to be racial hatred. She has a different point of view than the government. So the government put her in jail. You know, if I remember my school history, in the 1920s and the 1930s, the Nazi Party came to power in Germany. And if you disagreed with the Nazi Party, the intellectuals were put in work camps, gulags. They took communists out. They took the intellectuals out. They took writers out. They took journalists out that disagreed with the Nazis. Is that what we're doing today? Could anybody find themselves behind bars? They tried it on with me for 4 months. Over a simple one-liner comment on a Facebook post. The comment was true. I did not tell a lie. It was not hateful. It was not malicious. It was the truth. And because somebody complained, the police have to investigate. They want to know what my thinking is. Yeah. The copper said, I want to know what your thinking is. I got to have your side of the story. I said what I said was correct and factual and true. And when I ended up in the police station, they wouldn't tell me what I'd done. They wouldn't tell me. I make so many comments on Twitter and Facebook. I didn't whittle it down to a Facebook post. Or a Facebook comment, I should say. But they wouldn't tell me which one it was. And I do 3 or 4 a day. So I'm thinking all sorts of things. I'm now trying to get my defence organised, but I can't get my defence organised because I don't know which one it was. Anyway, I go in to the police station and they give me a solicitor. And he says, all you've got to do is say you didn't mean to cause offence and we can go home. And I thought, well, what about telling the truth, my side of the story? They didn't want to know. I was never cautioned. I was never arrested. He said you would be lucky to get off with a caution. Well, if they haven't cautioned me and they haven't arrested me, how can they give me a written caution? I just found it all very odd. So I went in. I said, I did not mean to cause any offence. Which is what perhaps Lucy should have been able to do. Because I don't think she wanted to cause offence, because the post that she put up, she took down within 3 hours. Why could she not have used the same defence I used? Because it's political. Because we've got a Nazi government. Now that'll give me a knock at the door. But I'm seeing similarities between the tyranny of this Labour government and the way they've handled Tommy Robinson and the way they've handled Lucy and other people that have posted on Facebook and YouTube. It's terrible what's happening in this country. That's why I put this freedom of speech up. Because everything I say is freedom of speech and debate, and if you think I'm wrong, you can put a comment down below. If you think I'm right, I'm going to ask you to like the video and share it. We can't go on like this. Another 4 years of Starmer and we'll have what used to be, what the Nazis used, was brown shirts to enforce the law on minority groups. And that is what's going to happen in this country. We have got to be able to stop it before we get there. We've got to stick up for our Constitution, stick up for our rights. Back people like Tommy Robinson. Back people like Lucy and all the other people that have posted on Facebook and ended up in jail. It just ain't right. Anyway, sorry about the rant. It just bugs me that the police are totally out of control. You know, they're supposed to respect the citizen. Now, if I've broken the law, I don't mind being felt, my collar felt, because I've broken the law. You're not supposed to break the law. But I haven't. Yeah, I got a policeman threatening me with arrest. I've had it 5 times now, over 13 years. And it's all because of one man. One man is using his mates in the police force to harass me. And I don't know what to do. I don't know how to stop it. If I say the wrong thing, he'll get one of his mates to complain to the police. I don't think he'll do it this time. But he's running at least 10 sock puppets on Facebook. So perhaps one of those will do it. It's just unbelievable what's happening to me. Anyway, I'm glad Tommy's out. No doubt we will hear his story. 2C or Dan Wootton will interview him and we'll get the story. Lucy, on the other hand, should not be in jail in the first place. She is another political prisoner and she should be released as well. At least let her have an appeal. You know, is it because she might win the appeal? The other thing I'm thinking, I've just thought of this. Could it be that you've got news cycles and the government put out press releases and things and create things to happen? Could they have released Tommy to get the news and kept Lucy in to get the news, to cover up what Starmer's doing and his rent boy? Well, alleged rent boy. You know, it makes you think, doesn't it? It's only Tuesday. Anyway, Ian, Somerset News Network, bye bye for now.